And welcome back. Merry Christmas. Hope everybody enjoyed their holiday, whether you celebrated on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. The weekend is here. Unfortunately for us Northeasters, there is a big snowstorm coming up, which is actually on the way right now within the next couple of hours. But I'm here, your boy Grade A Fantasy, to give you basically my overall preview and some updated news on and for the Week 17 main slate on FanDuel. We'll talk about tight ends and defenses, and also some other potential and confirmed news. Now, probably the most important thing is we'll probably start off since we're at the tight end position. We already knew Brock Bowers is out for the rest of the year. He's been battling a knee. They're not playing for much, so might as well set him now. The bigger news is, once again, Njoku's out with a knee issue. But during practice, Harold Fannin has a groin injury. That's not like a little tweak of the ankle that you probably do your best to get treatment on, ice it up, and maybe shoot the pain and, see if you can tough it out for 2 more weeks. No, a groin pull is something severe, which would getting a groin injury now will most likely, if he's out, I think Harold Fannin is probably out for the rest of the season. He is the main target hound for Shedeur Sanders. If he's out, I mean, let's be real. I guess because he does target the tight end, even though it's not. Even though yes, it's not Harold Fannin, and obviously Njoku's not there. I mean, man, you got Brendan Bates, who's next in line, who's also questionable with an ankle, and then you got Blake Whiteheart, basically 2 minimum tight ends that could become playable because that's where Shedeur goes with the ball mostly. So there's that. Also, we'll get out of this and get to the wide receivers. I'll put it back on the tight end screen, but big news out of we have big news out of New England with some confirmed news. Both Kayshon Boutte and Mack Hollins are out. The last time there was that much clear space in the wide receiver room in New England, I mean, he only did one thing, but hey, I'll be looking for Kyle Williams to beat the Jet, to beat over the top on every coverage. So I'll be looking at Kyle Williams. He was the minimum when I had him that time, and I recommended him. He's consistently stayed at 45, 46, I think he is this week. So wide receiver news dropped for New England, and we're still waiting on news for other teams, so on and so forth. Like I said, the holidays kind of pushed everything back. But let's continue with this. So if Harold Fannin is out, then hey, I guess because it's Tennessee, and then if Kamara, once again, who was a non-participant, the Saints were one of the few teams who actually had a practice on New Year's Eve. He once again was a non-participant. Now it looks even better to pay up for Taysom Hill at almost $7,000. Sounds crazy, but yes. I mean, 2 of the 4 guys most likely are out or won't be 100%. Tyler Warren against Jacksonville. I mean, I guess okay, but like I said, with Phillip Rivers, he still hasn't hit a connection yet. If you're just scoreboard watching and just looking at those stats, and Warren's a tight end that almost has a 10-point fantasy per game average. He just hasn't had that connection with Phillip Rivers yet. He hasn't. So it's a risk at 6,000. When I see Tyler Warren, I mean, even though Buffalo has good coverage tight ends, I will still take the chance on Dallas Goedert or find the extra $800 somehow to get to Taysom Hill. So really, with all the injuries now, literally, if you don't go with Trey McBride with probably one of the best matchups of the year, then you're basically saving either $1,200 and then you're saving like $1,500 and beyond. Because getting a groin injury is just totally horrible timing. Because Fannin was definitely somebody that I was looking forward to playing this week, and now I gotta make either just different plans or whatever. Brent Strange, another good matchup, 5,600 for what he does. That is the perfect price. Hunter Henry against the Jets. Jets are a mess, so it's hit or miss with Hunter Henry. He looks more appealing now for more looks from Drake May now that you have a deep target and your wide receiver 2 out. Because after Diggs is a considerable drop off at the wide receiver position. So Hunter Henry now has upside. Dalton Kincaid still questionable with a knee, but he's been like that the last couple of weeks, so he'll most likely be able to play. But that's also, it's a bad matchup for Titans in that game in general. Juwan Johnson, definitely one of my favorite paydowns at 5,200. At Tennessee, I've been a JJ train from the beginning of the season. I'm going to continue to ride on that train with Shuck as the conductor. Other options that could be interesting in this game because Cam Ward is improving. Chig is an option. Chig Okongwu is an option at 51. If Noah Fant is confirmed again, I will have to check on that. I had pieces of Gesicki last week for 5,100. I would love Gesicki against Arizona. Any offensive player against Arizona, I would love, to be honest. Noah Fant still with an ankle, but yeah, he's without a doubt somebody that I definitely want. If that happens. I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, I think it's because of his price. The matchup is there, but because of his price, man, I don't know if the ownership will still be there with other positions that you want. Do you want to get to 8,000? Like, get to McBride at 75, 78, but now he's 8,000. He's priced as a top 7 wide receiver, basically. But it's the matchup of the century. I'm definitely going to try my best to get to him as much as I can. What in the blue hell am I doing? Let's get out of this and then let's head right to the defenses. Once again, link in the description of the video before when I did like a total rundown before I think I did it before Christmas Eve or whatever. And like I said, I was still feeling sick. I would say besides the stuff, I'm 100% better right now. So, but let's get right into the defenses. New England on the road at the Jets. Man, not only are the Jets bad, but the weather's not supposed to be good here all weekend. So I like New England's defense on that one. Jacksonville's defense, like I said, I always say they still have the weakness of still being able to be attacked over the top, but I still like Jacksonville's defense. I still like a Jacksonville defense the way they're playing now against Indianapolis. It's a different feeling team without Daniel Jones. Stop Jonathan Taylor, and make Phillip Rivers beat you. And it's not the same thing. Seattle on the road against Carolina. Tampa Bay against Clear Ewers. Tampa Bay, I actually like Tampa Bay's defense. I actually think because of the matchup and the way everything is set up, even though Carolina has those games where they just shock you, there's nothing happening to that on the Miami side. Not against Tampa. Tampa Bay doesn't have a juggernaut defense, but they got to fight for a playoff spot. Good weather, they should be able to stomp and run over Miami, who basically has nothing left. And interesting fact, Tampa Bay is facing the quarterback with the most turnovers in recent weeks. So plenty of sack and interception and pick sixes available in this game for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay priced the 4th defense. Tampa Bay to me is the top 2 defense. I like Pittsburgh. Their defense has gotten better, and it's not a horrible matchup in Cleveland. I don't really love it, but it's still an option that I like at 4,400. Tennessee at home against a New Orleans Saints defense. Now it's to the point where I don't care. The Saints, they're just going to go out there and play hard. The only thing is, now, are they worth the 42? Because they got to be able. Because here's the thing. Make fun of Cam Ward all you want. He doesn't turn over the ball. Cam Ward might take sacks, but he doesn't turn over the ball. So, good play, but fantasy upside, it's too much for my blood for a Saints defense that doesn't generate that many turnovers like that. If you've been watching football, Cam Ward does protect the ball. He doesn't throw interceptions like that. So the Saints defense, I will still get to them, but at 4,200 for what they can do, I think they're a little expensive when you look at it that way. Because when you look at the game log, yes, it was an outlier of a 19 against the Jets. It was, led by 8 sacks, only giving up 6 points. But compared to the quarterback, Cam Moore's a lot more mobile than the Jets quarterback. Then after that, this, like what you see here throughout the years, the 4, the 3, the 7s, the occasional 11 and 12. Of course, that's good at any price or whatever. The 1, the 6, the 3. Not one of the better teams, but I'm telling you, they've only went negative one time. But here's the only difference. Every time I recommended the Saints to you guys, I've been recommending the Saints when they're 3,600 and cheaper. Now at 42, I mean, there could still be some upside. Like I said, the Titans are not a juggernaut in any kind of sense, but we'll see. Will I still get to them? Yes. But will I be over the field like how I normally am? Oh, no. This is the most expensive day all year. Sometimes you got to think about, the pricing, even though sometimes the matchup is good. As we keep scrolling down, we're starting to look at some pay downs. What's interesting, I'm not going to lie about this. I kind of like this 3,800 range. Like I said, I like the way Cincinnati's been playing. Brissett drops back a lot. Cincinnati at home can get to Brissett. 3,800 is an option. I like the Giants against Las Vegas at 3,700. Tennessee against New Orleans is a consideration. I don't like them, but if you need something and they're a home defense, it's like I said, I like the way New Orleans is playing. But Tennessee at home is still an option. Las Vegas against the Giants, I think is my favorite pay down at 3,400, and I don't like anything else down here after that. I think I'll stop it right there. 3,400, the lowest I'm going this week with the Vegas Raiders defense. There's some interesting pay downs here in the high 3s, and then of course we already went over what I like in the top 4s to the pay ups. So look out for the news. More additions to the injury report coming soon. This is your boy Grade A Fantasy. Good luck this week. 9-game slate. Nothing to do but research because there's going to be a snowstorm. Pick up a bottle, pick up some food. I mean, I did cook over the holidays, but nothing wrong with ordering a little something that you might want to, snack on. Because if there's anything today will be the day to order takeout. Because by the time it hits nighttime, that snow should just absolutely just swarm and cover the city or whatever, make roads just less desirable to drive on. I'm getting ready to head on home and pick up a few things. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you love the DFS fantasy advice. Once again, good luck. Be ready for more injury news. Like I said, Christmas did throw a lot of timing of how news is normally reported. It threw it a little off, but that's the way the holidays are. And it is a unique week because it's only 9 games. So, if anything, enjoy watching the football. Enjoy just the holiday weekend. Hopefully the weather doesn't strand people from getting back home. And most importantly, be safe and good luck. This is your boy Grade A Fantasy. I'm getting ready to get my behind up out of here. Head on home and probably start building some lineups tonight. Good luck. Week 17. 2 weeks left, ladies and gentlemen. 2 weeks left.